Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got Russell Wilson's NFL career is in danger. Let's check this out.
Wouldn't be worried.
I think because he's not practicing and shit. And I've been hearing great things about Justin Fields showing off at practice. So not looking too good for us right now.
No pads, no helmet. Did have his hat on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my favorite time of the year. It's training camp, which means we get to overanalyze grainy training camp footage of our favorite teams. No, this is seriously going to be me for the next couple of weeks.
Nah, for real, bro.
This type of content over the stuff that we were making in the earlier part of July. So if you guys have any requests for any QB,
bro, sound like he's sick.
Deep dive on, let me know in the comment section down below. We're still going to be giving away copies of College Football 25 on my Instagram and Twitter.
Well, I had to take a little break from College Football 25, bro. Last time I played, I was raging on stream. That shit was ridiculous. W intro.
This is going to sound pretty interesting, but the Pittsburgh Steelers have their most promising quarterback room since the mid-2010s, when Ben Roethlisberger was still under center, and he certainly wasn't washed anymore. And the way that the Pittsburgh Steelers did this was very unorthodox.
And that was a while ago.
Wilson got released despite not even playing a single snap for the Denver Broncos under his 5-year, $245 million contract, which means that he had the luxury of signing a veteran minimum contract with any team in the NFL, and he still would get. It
still blows my mind that the Broncos are still paying this nigga even though he's not on the team anymore. That, like, Broncos are in deep trouble, bro, for the next couple years.
Eggs in the Russell Wilson basket, so they traded a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields, who in my opinion has been very solid for the Chicago Bears, but clearly could work on some of his mechanics, and honestly has the
he holds on to the ball too much for me. Other than that, he's been pretty decent, you know.
But at the same time, people believe that Justin Fields is ready.
But if there's anybody that can, you know what I'm saying, really mold him and turn him into an elite caliber quarterback, it's Mike Tomlin and Russell Wilson. That's in that backfield with him, bro. So I think he might have a pretty good career in Pittsburgh if they choose to re-sign him.
Just listen to what Broderick Jones had to say about it.
Both of those guys are like really competitive. You know, it's no secret both of them are fighting for a starting job. But I feel like Justin being able to be with Russ, you know, and Russ been doing it, that he's been doing it for so long, and you know, just Justin being still a young raw player and learning from an older vet like that, I feel like it'll help him in the long run. I feel like his skill level will go to the next level. So, you know, just made the best man win. You know, both were really good guys. You know, I love them both. I spend time with both of them. So
now this brought us to one of our most entertaining training camp battles in the entire NFL, because Justin Fields isn't a terrible quarterback by any means.
For real,
the Chicago Bears just got a remarkable opportunity to upgrade. At the very minimum, they got to reset the clock with their quarterback contract with Caleb Williams. And I don't think that was anything against Justin Fields. It's just when you could get a quarterback that is going to be an even better quarterback, or at least we presume is going to be a better quarterback, who has a higher.
Bro, imagine Caleb Williams turns out to be a huge bust. Oh my gosh. Like, we will never hear the end of that shit, bro. The media will be, bro, they will be foaming at the mouth, like, for any chance to talk about that shit, bro.
But at the very minimum, will get you 5 years at an undervalued contract. It just swings your Super Bowl window wide open. So I can't really blame the Chicago Bears for the decision that they made. And I don't think that's a reflection on Justin Fields as a quarterback. It was just an opportunity that the Bears just couldn't pass up. Russell Wilson's situation's a little bit more unique. I mean, I like to liken Russell Wilson's situation more to Carson Wentz's final year with the Indianapolis Colts. Because if you guys remember, in that season, Carson Wentz statistically wasn't a bad player at all. In 2021, Wentz threw for 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, over 3,500 passing yards. The problem was, situationally, he was not the greatest quarterback.
That's why. Okay, cause I was about to say, you know what I'm saying? He looked horrible, like, on film.
Game of the season for the Indianapolis Colts was essentially a playoff game. You had to beat the worst team in the NFL, and you get to play in the playoffs. And Carson Wentz choked in that game. Eventually, he would get traded to Washington, and now he's a backup for Patrick Mahomes. In the case of Russell Wilson, it's very difficult to trade him.
Wait, huh?
For Patrick. once choked in that game. Eventually, he would get traded to Washington, and now he's a backup for Patrick Mahomes.
When the fuck did that happen, bro?
It's very difficult to
Bro, I missed out on a lot of chapters with that. Holy.
As a head coach. And if you guys remember how disastrous
Grown-ass
that was,
man, bro.
fans literally had to count down the play clock in order to help the Denver Broncos.
I remember that. I remember that shit.
Play clock. Wilson stumbles.
The last
With the fans counting down the play clock.
Bro, that has gotta be the most embarrassing shit ever, bro. Not only do you have your fans count down the clock, but then you just trip like 2 seconds after the snap, nigga. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Save Russell Wilson, and it kind of worked, to be honest. Russell Wilson started cooking again. He had a 66.4% completion percentage. He threw for over 3,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns,
Yeah,
8 interceptions.
he had a pretty good season though. So I'm trying to figure out why the fuck the Broncos cut him or traded him. Wait, no, they cut him. My bad. Yeah, that I don't know, bro.
By any means, I mean, the Denver Broncos had a 7-8 record with him under center before Sean Payton decided to bench him completely. And there was a huge question why Sean Payton would do that. It seemed like from the very beginning, Sean Payton had it out for Russell Wilson. I personally am of the belief that Sean Payton wanted to bring on his own guy, and he felt like Bo Nix may be the next coming of
Drew Brees.
So
I could see that, bro.
Why.
I'm rooting for Bo Nix for real.
Russell Wilson. Now this brings on a $53 million cap hit for Russell Wilson this season.
Damn.
It accounts for 20%
That's tough.
of the salary cap for the Broncos.
Broncos are in a hellhole right now.
Not to be super competitive this year as a result of it. But in the case of the Pittsburgh Steelers, we have this very unique situation where the 14-year-old veteran Russell Wilson is going up against Justin Fields, who is going into his 4th season. Now coming into training camp, the presumed starter was going to be Russell Wilson all along. And the philosophy was that now that Russell Wilson has a competent head coach in Mike Tomlin, solid wide receivers and tight ends like George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth, a solid rushing attack with Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris. I mean, Najee Harris kinda. I mean, let's just say Jaylen Warren. And who can forget the
Yo! Hey, Jaylen Warren did outperform Najee last year. You know what I'm saying?
Healthy, boasting stars like TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and in the offseason, they went ahead and poached Patrick Queen from their division rival Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, poached.
Is in a situation to potentially lead this team to the playoffs. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a situation to shock a lot of teams, although they're in the most competitive division in football. You saw what happened to the AFC North last year. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have
every team ended up over 500, which is crazy.
To either win the division or for a wild card spot. But for Russell Wilson, his season hasn't started in the way that he hoped. Russ apparently got injured during a sled push drill, which caused him to have a calf injury. Now, I don't know whose genius idea it was to have Russell Wilson doing sled push drills.
What the fuck? They think this nigga's an offensive lineman or defensive lineman in this motherfucker? Like, bro, what they gonna have him doing tush pushes and shit? Like, what was the point of having him do the sled push, my nigga?
Taking mental reps, and he's trying to stay in it as much.
Nah, bro, they set Russ up. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Somebody wants Justin Fields as a starter.
But right now, not practicing. My understanding, going to get another evaluation tomorrow, and then they'll see where he can go from that. But I did mention Justin Fields, and my understanding is players and coaches around here feel like he's continuing to improving and taking the opportunity to get those reps that Russell Wilson isn't taking away from him. And I keep saying this, once we get to the preseason, we know what Justin Fields can do in a game. Even if it's not with his arm, it's with his legs. It's some sensational plays, and that could make this thing really interesting depending on how long it takes Russell Wilson to get back into action.
Which means Justin Fields gets first-team snaps with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's been remarkable with the first team. I mean, throughout...
Oh, hold up. That might be the best throw I've ever seen from Justin Fields. Like, no glazing shit.
And he's been remarkable.
Like, y'all know I'm a Ravens fan, so You know, I despise the Steelers, but bro, I like Justin Fields. That was a great ass throw.
After dot, including a 50-yard bomb down the sideline to Van Jefferson. And this is very significant. I mean, look at how Russell Wilson reacts to Justin Fields dominating his absence.
Job, you know, every play he's going against a really good defense. So
that nigga finna cry.
There's some really great plays.
That nigga know damn well he hurt this side, bro.
This and that. So it's just that's part of practice, and he's doing a good job. He's a really good competitor. He's thought, you know,
Yo, this nigga is stuttering like crazy. That's how you know he is hating, like, bro. Oh my gosh.
Plays that he responds, you know, back to and this and that. So it's just that's part of practice, and he's doing a good job. He's a really good competitor. He's thought, you know, he processes it well.
Now, ultimately, what am I getting to?
Bro, this shit is so funny.
There is a momentum of Justin Fields potentially starting as the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback to start the regular season. So, rumors, Steelers QB Justin Fields has been...
Thanks, bro. This shit is getting juicy. Pause.
Possibility of him being the team's starting QB per ESPN. Now, originally, Mike Tomlin has been saying that the starter was without a doubt going to be Russell Wilson. But if Justin Fields is coming in and he's dominating to this level, then obviously it's going to change some stuff. Now, regardless, Mike Tomlin so far hasn't given any indication that Justin Fields is going to be the starting QB. And
shit, if he keeps up, you know what I'm saying, pressing in training camp, why not give him the starting job? And Russ, you know what I'm saying, still dealing with the calf tightness and shit. So
there needs to be some semblance of stability for the Pittsburgh.
You don't want to have another Aaron Rodgers situation.
Who said Kerry Collins was his team's starting QB until he started playing terribly, and then Vince Young could go in. You don't want to give your quarterback the idea that the moment he messes up, he's going to get replaced. There needs to be stability at the QB position. And if you guys remember, going all the way back to March, Mike Tomlin said that Russell Wilson has pole position for the Steelers QB job, meaning that it was Russell Wilson's job to lose. And even after Justin
like he's about to
in training camp, Mike Tomlin says that nothing has changed. And to be fair, it really shouldn't have changed anyway. I mean, the Steelers have only been practicing for 5 days. There's 41 more days between now and the opening kickoff, which, oh my god, I can't wait. There's also the fact that Russell Wilson has been a 13-year veteran and Justin Fields is just in his 4th season, and he has yet to outplay Russell Wilson. I think at the end of the day, the Pittsburgh Steelers are viewing Justin Fields more
I think when, you know what I'm saying, Russ comes back or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to start practicing again, I guess we can determine then and there if Justin Fields should be the starter or Russ. Because if Russ, you know what I'm saying, comes out and is playing horrible in training camp, then, you know, and Fields is playing better. And plus, he's younger too.
Than Michael Penix is. So maybe they feel like
they showed Romo Doomsday, not Michael Penix. Yo,
prepare, then he could eventually be a starting caliber QB moving into the future. And the thing is, Justin Fields isn't nearly as raw as some other developmental QBs. I mean, if you take a look at what the New York Jets did with Zach Wilson, I mean, he had a lot more ground that needed to be made up than what Justin Fields needs to make up. And I honestly don't think we're going to see Justin Fields play this year unless if we see a horrific showing by Russell Wilson. I mean, we're talking about a year 1 Nathaniel Hackett like showing from Wilson, which could result
that would be tragic.
But I've been wrong about a lot of things before. Let me know. Do you think Justin Fields could play his way to starting QB without even giving Russell Wilson a chance? If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, who would you rather start, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Let me know if there's any other training camp position battles you want us to cover in the comment section down below. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.
Hey man, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notification, notify whenever I drop another banger video. One road to 400 subs. Help me get there for more banger NFL reactions like this. So without further ado, I'm out. Gang.